Here we are, guys. Oh my gosh, it is another Just Jackson guest. That means it's Monday night. How are you doing? Oh, I'm happy tonight, guys. We got two amazing guests, like amazing guests. I'm so happy to be able to highlight tonight Kristi Williams and Erin Gibson. If you don't know them, you probably aren't on LinkedIn. That's all I got to say. If you don't know them and are excited to know them, believe me, it's worth sticking around. You want to get to know these two humans. Love them both to death. They are not just great humans, like I like to say, but they are actually great hype people and great mental health hype people, which you don't get those all the time. If you don't know me by yet, I like doing hype and I like to be able to show wellness and how we can get our brains to be a little bit happier and how we need to walk away from those toxic people. Well, guess what? Neither of these two are toxic. Guess what? Every human's toxic a little bit, but not tonight. Okay. So, what we do on Just Jacks is I kind of chat for a little bit. I kind of tell you who I am. I bring up one guest, and then they're going to answer three questions for me, and then they get to highlight whatever they want to highlight. And then we will transition to the next person, and they'll get to do the same thing. But it is June. Guys, I made it through 2 months of Just Jacks every Monday night, 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern time. Usually, time I'm like down for the night, right? But I'm not. I am jazzed. I am excited. But can you tell? I am sick. I actually have a medical issue going on right now, but y'all get me excited. So don't ever judge people on what they've got going on because you never know where they're standing, if they are in pain, if they are happy, if they're stressed, if stuff is going on. But we're going to do this today because I love these humans and I want to highlight them. June is a variety of different months for people. One of the things that I'm super excited to talk about, it is a Pride Month. So if you see my new little Pride shirt, guys, why do we have to have special months or special days for people? Some people don't think they deserve it, but guess what? If all humans were treated equally, we would not have to do this. It would just be everybody's day, right? So until we get to that point, we are going to shout out and we are going to support and we are going to make sure that people aren't marginalized and they know that they're welcome and they're encouraged to be here because they are just as important as you and I. People that look like us, act like us, love like us, just as important as those that don't, right? Yeah, for sure. So it's actually June 2nd. So there's something else special going on. And if you were joining Bill's show right before that, you might have saw a quick little cameo of this lady. It's Kenny Dunner's birthday, guys. Kenneth, it's your birthday. Guys, if you don't know Kenneth, I tried to get him on the show. One of these days, maybe he'll finally give in and give me some of his time. But he is an amazing human as well. And he loves to share people, events with other people, try to get people to know each other, meet each other. It's a pretty cool thing. So super excited for all of that. To celebrate. He might or might not pop in here, but I hope he does because then I'll be like, stop everybody. I see his comment. We're going to say happy birthday. But he deserves a great night. So if he needs to go be with whoever else he wants to be or go eat some of his chocolate that he loves, we're going to just let him do that. But he knows that we care about him a whole bunch. So I see some amazing people in the comments already. Guys, thank you for being here. When you're not feeling very well and you feel people's energy, it automatically perks you up a little bit. It makes the parts that are hurting not so hurtful. It makes the brain that's might be kind of stressed or anxious not quite so stressed and anxious. So thank you for being here. Of course, Erin and Kristi are in the green room and Melissa's here and Amber. Oh, I got to just put this up. I do believe this is the first time she's been on the show that she's written a comment. Look at that last name change, guys. Miss Amber is now Mrs. Norton. She and her groom are going to be on an upcoming Just Jack. So we're going to talk about how you can meet on LinkedIn and boom, get married to somebody you met through LinkedIn. Isn't that amazing? Love it. Nick's here. Oh, she's had a busy night too. So thank you for that. Optimistic Station. Thank you for watching on YouTube and Noni and Erin. Oh, I appreciate you guys so much. Oh, thank you guys for being here. It is going to be amazing. I'm ready. I know there's a couple LinkedIn users. I do believe one might be Damien because I know he's going to be supporting our Kristi and Erin. Rashida, thank you for being here. Adrian, I appreciate you. Guys, Noah's in the house. Oh, so many people that I just care about so much are already here. Ave, I appreciate you. Thank you for the well wishes. Camrose Paranoia Research. Oh, we got to get to know more about each other because I do like that energy and empathness. Guys, lots of cool stuff going on. We got some people that I just need to stop talking to let you guys know because they're great people. They hype so many things. Last night, Melissa and Houston and I did the Emotional Women, and we talked about relationships and communication. And we weren't on video that time. It was our voice. We do just audio on that. And both Kristi and Aaron were there hyping us just along the way. Even though it was their Sunday, they had busy things going on. They knew they were going to be on a late show tonight, but yet they're still willing to help us. And that's huge. And I appreciate that so much. It's something that you just can't always express to people, your gratitude of what it means for them to show up for you, to hype you, to support you, because there are some people that maybe aren't really got the right intention. And sometimes we feel that, guys. We can see it. We can kind of tell they're trying to act like they're supportive. And this next guest, Kristi, guys, she is the real deal. She is somebody that I didn't even think was real at first. I'm not even going to lie. Guys, she's amazing and wonderful, but she was just like 1 minute she wasn't there, and the next minute she was everywhere I looked, like literally everywhere I looked. She was even places I didn't want to look, but boom, they were there. And so, guys, I thought she was a robot, but guess what? She's not a robot. She's this beautiful, lovely soul. Look at my friend Kristi. Kristi, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Oh, Jackie, I love you. And I'm very real. A robot couldn't do what I do. So thank you so much for having me. And thank you, people, for supporting Jackie. We love Jackie. And I wish you a quick healing because you deserve to be feeling tip top.
I appreciate you. We've got so many people that are excited to hear from you. Kristi is one of those behind the scenes persons like 99% of the time. The first time I ever saw her in action was at one of the summits. I think it was the work life balance summit, one of the first ones. And she came to that. And I was one of the speakers, but I wasn't during my session. I was watching some of the other amazing presenters. And I'm like, is that the same Kristi Williams that I see on LinkedIn? She's a real human. It was so cool. And the things that she has grown and evolved herself just make her so much more exciting to realize somebody's willing to take this time to hype other people, to learn about your businesses, to talk about you as a human, even when you're not in the room with her. And so, Kristi, I can't wait to get you to talk, but I do want you to answer my 3 questions first, because that just helps people in the audience get to know you a little bit more. We got lots of people already wanting to say hi to you and letting you know they're in the house. And yeah, she definitely can add AI to her resume, because I think I would trust her. Her AI moves way better than regular AI. I love that. Okay, so first question, my dear friend, what are 2 things you are proud of yourself for?
I am most proud of what I did as a single parent. It was tough. I didn't want to be a single parent. His dad left when he was a little baby, so I had to do it. And it was rough. He cried like his first year, he cried nonstop. I couldn't work. My babysitters would quit. They would call me and say, come get your baby. He's crying. So it was rough. We moved around a lot. We were homeless a couple times. And when I moved back to Florida, my mom had asked us to come live with her because we were homeless. And then shortly after we moved back to stay with her, she kicked us out. So I had to overcome a lot. And I'm proud of what I did. I didn't give up. Of course, we can't. And then, so I'm proud of what I had to do. And I'm so proud that he turned into a decent young man. And I'm proud that I was able to send him to private school too. So it was rough, but we made it. And I'm happy for him. Yeah, there he is.
Look at that handsome face. She raised that man by herself, guys.
It was rough. But I'm proud. Yeah. He's a good human being, just like you said.
I love that so much. So, Kristi, raising him and being able to adjust to homelessness and all kinds of stuff, that's something to be so proud of. But I want to hear another thing. What else are you proud of yourself for?
I'm proud that I'm starting to open myself up and to express my feelings. I'm sharing, I'm being vulnerable, especially on LinkedIn. And I'm proud that I made some real friendships, some
Mm,
honest real friendships like you.
yeah.
And it's all because I was able to open up. So I'm proud that I'm starting to share myself with the world. Yeah, here it is. This is this is it.
You can't share yourself more than on a live video that's being streamed to mine and Aaron's LinkedIn, both of our YouTube channels. Anybody that catches this on replay, you get to learn who the beautiful, amazing Kristi is behind all those posts and reshares and all the hype that she does. So thank you for being here. Do you feel
Thank
comfortable sharing with the group one thing you're currently working on? That's my question number 2 of all my guests.
I'm working on my skills. Losing a couple jobs, it taught me that I need more skills and I need to grow and develop in areas that I want to get into my dream career, not just a job, but a dream career. So I'm working on building up my skill set and I'm open to learning and I'm following all the people in our network so that I can see how it's done.
I love that so
I love
much.
that. Thank you,
And
Lisa.
Kristi is one of those people that when I realized she was looking for a new job, and this was quite a while ago, I was just like, why can't I have a remote position? I would hire you in a heartbeat. To think about how much you not only support people, but are dedicated to making sure other people can thrive. You are the type of person that somebody wants to hire no matter what your background is, if it doesn't even fit. I mean, you might not want to be like a plumber, you're a great human, but if you don't know how to be a plumber, I'd stay away from the bathrooms. Other than that, you could fit into any role. I could just see you just melting in with whatever group is there and being able to learn and scale so much. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Next question before you get to share anything you want with us, Miss Kristi, is if you could travel one place right now, no matter what, no matter the cost, no matter vacation time, where would you go?
I just want to go to Key West, Florida. I want to be on the beach, but it's
Oh,
an island. So I want to be someplace where it's kind of remote, but it's not that far. So I can go back home and check on the kitty cats and my house, and I can still be on the beach on an island. So that is my dream.
I love that. And you deserve to do that soon, very soon. I hope you can. I would totally let you hang out on my couch if you ever want to come to Michigan, because Lake Michigan is only about 10 minutes away and you can
All
enjoy.
right, it's on.
Just make sure it's sometime between the end of June and the beginning of September. Otherwise, it gets a little bit chilly up here, and your little Florida skin probably would not enjoy it up here too much when it's chilly. I appreciate you so much. I love hearing about you. I've already seen a couple little questions popping up in some of the different comments and everything. And so,
Okay.
before you talk too much about yourself, Ava wants to know who or what inspires and motivates you to do what you do, Kristi.
Oh, my people, my network, all of you inspire me, like for real. I've learned so much, but outside of that, like Viola Davis, I love her because she's just real. She's comfortable in her skin, she's comfortable in her age, and she motivates me because I just love her. I love the way she talks and inspires us to define yourself, define what beautiful is. You don't have to look like everybody else, just define your own kind of beautiful.
Oh, I
So
love
that's my inspiration.
when I look at you and I see your vibe and I see this and I'm like, okay, he's asking what inspires you, but how many people do you not even realize that you are inspiring yourself? Seriously. I mean, I
Thank
hope you realize that, Kristi. Before I let you transition, I just got to show you something here.
you. Kimmy, happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to you. Happy birthday. I can't sing,
I was
Jackie.
gonna say, I'm not doing it. I'm just letting you do it because y'all don't want to hear me sing. I'll be jumping off the
Oh,
ship.
God. He don't want to hear me sing either. Happy birthday, Kenny. We love you. That's enough.
Well, we do love him, and we're so glad he's here. We were hoping you would show up and we'd be able to say happy birthday to you because we already talked about it. But we're like, even if he can't show up, he deserves to do whatever he wants because it's his birthday night, right? All right, Miss Kristi, I've got 2 other pictures that you sent me. One of your 2 beautiful cats, and one of you doing some workouts and stuff. Which one do you want me to bring up first? Because you deserve to be hyped.
You can show the workout.
All right, let's
It's
show this. Look at that girl putting in the work. Putting in
it's
the
my
work.
passion. I either go or I don't go. I go and I go hard for like a couple of hours, or I just don't go. If I go, I'm gonna stay in the gym. So
That is
that's
amazing.
how we
And
relieve our stress. Yeah, it's good. After 30 minutes, I get those endorphins. I feel good. I hear my music. I got my rap. I got my Beyonce, and I'm good. The world is good.
I love that so much. And I didn't really know that about you, that working out was a big part of your relief and your excitement and all that stuff. And, some of us are going to say, half an hour in the gym, an hour, no way. But you're like, this works for me. This works for me. I love
Yeah,
it.
when I get there. Yeah, when I get there, I stay. It's hard to get there, but I'm getting back.
Yeah, for real. And I totally get that too. But I love that. And then I want to share your little kitties because I think they're adorable. Tell us who is who.
Sugar is black and white, and Sammy is my striped. She is
Oh,
my tabby, my babies, my fur babies.
I love it. And I love how they are like literally looking at the camera like mom wants us to smile. We got to do this. So tell us more about who Kristi is. And while you're doing that, I'm going to scan through the comments, see if anybody has any other questions for you, because I know people like to chat with each other in there. And sometimes I miss what they might be asking about you. So let us know a little bit more about Kristi.
Okay, I try to be supportive in a small way. I just try to do what I can because I've been through a lot. And everything I went through it all alone. I went through child abuse. I went through, yeah, like I said, being homeless. I went through abuse in relationships. I went through bullying in school until I dropped out of school. And shortly after that, I even wanted to take my own life. And I mention it because I just want people to know you don't have to be alone. You're not meant to be alone. You are not alone. There are people that really care. And, besides Jackie, there are people in the world that just really care about you.
Mhm.
And you don't have to just keep it all bottled in like I did. You can talk to people and find safe places and good people and good friends. Like I have Kenny, Jackie, and our 2350 network. Everyone is just real supportive of me. So that's who I am. And the difference now versus how I used to be is that I had to define my own self worth. And like you said, I had to get away from those toxic people. Everybody toxic had to be cut off. And I just surrounded myself with good, heartfelt, loving, caring people. And that changes your whole world.
It does. So if you're
Is
comfortable answering this question, Charles, you need to learn how to spell Kristi's name because you've seen her name
that's
5,000 million times, right?
That's a good question. So he wants to know what's the hardest thing about being a black woman. It was rough because I was born in the South. I was born in Florida. So back then it was worse. Even black people were prejudiced because if you have dark skin, that's considered unworthy. So I had dark skin, I had the little short, kinky hair. And I got bullied even by people in my own race because they felt like I was unattractive. I was
Mm.
called ugly, I was called names, and that's what pushed the bullying. And I didn't have any role models back then. I wish I would have had a Viola Davis that I could watch on TV and see her beautiful black skin and say, well, she's beautiful too. So I can be beautiful too.
You know, Kristi, it breaks my heart to think that you struggled in any capacity and that is still unfortunately happening in today's age. But you also talked about just all the stresses, not even what you grew up doing, but then as an adult and knowing that you're this wonderful human, you're a mom and you deserve to do so much. And thinking about some of what you shared with us a few minutes ago about thinking that maybe you weren't worthy about being here anymore. And we have to figure out how humans don't have those thoughts anymore. And it starts with each one of us caring and not doing that little lip service. Oh, hope you having a good day. Oh, how are you? It's really being there for people. And even if we don't look alike, even if we don't have the same kind of background, even if we don't have the same kind of income, not one of us is better than one other human, guys. It does not matter what the media tries to tell you. It doesn't matter how other people try to divide us. Well, you tear it down, we are all exactly the same inside, unless like you were born with a heart defect or something like that. That's a little different.
We all bleed red. I know, that's why I love you. We
I
are
love
all the
you
same.
too. I love
We
you
are
too.
all the same. And I don't want anybody to have to feel like that. No one should have to be going through that. So I appreciate everything you're doing. And I appreciate the turn you're taking with the mental health. So we definitely need it.
Good. I kind of tried to stay clear of the mental health, like not adding my social work information and stuff to my LinkedIn page because I didn't want people to come in thinking that I wanted to be like analyzing them or, trying to act like, oh, I've got a degree or I got these letters or something. I'm different than you. And that's not what it's about. I really want to transition to make sure people know that I am just one more person to care about humans. And if I'm not your human that needs to care about you, I can maybe point you in the direction of a couple other people. There are still some questions coming in, and I don't want to take too much of your time because there are so many people. I don't know if you're able to kind of multitask watching some of the comments, but they are pouring in. I have already seen more different names tonight than I have in any of my other shows, Kristi, and you are the featured first guest.
Okay.
Aaron's coming up shortly, and they are here for you. Ernest has a great question for you as well. You ready for this one?
Yes. So I think I can see it. My glasses aren't
Let
on,
me let me
but
read it for you. Kristi, after you got through all of what life has put you through, what's next for you in the next 3 years?
next for me is following mentors like Jackie because I have a purpose. I know I have a purpose because when I was a little girl, I used to put my hands on people and try to heal people. And I really tried to transfer my healing energy. I have a purpose to follow, and I want to learn how to grow into a counselor. So to get into that field, and yeah, and Dr. Mishpa, yeah, definitely, we have the best therapists in our group. So
We
I have
do.
some good role models, and
I
that's
was
what I really like. I want to try to help in some little way.
it was like perfect timing seeing her comment there because I'm like, I can mentor you. And then I'm like, Dr. Q can mentor you. We are here for you. We can help you
I
along this.
know.
Isn't that
Thank
awesome?
you.
So Ave wants to know, what advice would you give your teenage self, Kristi? And I know you've probably heard him ask other people that on other shows, and I didn't know if he would ask you again. But think about that. You said stuff was rough and people were not nice to you. And by the way, Kristi was a featured guest on a really amazing bullying podcast not too long ago. So if you're on her LinkedIn page, make sure to go check that out. It's really powerful and you want to hear it from her own words. So check that out. And Kristi, if you want at the end of the show, if you want to put a link to that way people can find it that are in the show, I'm sure they would really like that. But what is your response to what would you give your teenage self as advice?
I would tell myself that I know it's hard. I know you don't have that support. You don't have the parents or the family that you want, but do not give up on yourself because your purpose is higher. God gave you a purpose. He gave you a story, even though it's traumatic, but it's part of my purpose to share it because I want people to know that there's love. And if you love yourself, I didn't even know what it was, but if you love yourself, and for me, it was just finding value because I did have value. No one told me this, but I did have value. So I want that little girl to know that if you value yourself and respect yourself, everything else is going to fall into place. And that's the first step of loving yourself.
Can you imagine how happy the world would be if they all did that? Every one of
Right?
us. Yeah. Yeah. Um, oh, Kristi.
Thank you, Felipe.
And if you don't know, Felipe has like 5 million connections. So that's a pretty huge compliment right there. Kristi, you've got more and more questions coming in. I don't want you to have to answer all of them right now. I know you'll go back and check it, but we got Miss Marcia in the house.
No.
She cares about you and she's here. This is kind of late for her sometimes. So I love this so much. What a husband.
I love Marcia.
I love her too, and we miss her show, so we need to get her back on soon. So, Kristi, I would love you to kind of take a minute to let us know something that you were hoping to share tonight. What is something that you wanted to give as a message? And then you can go back and check out all the comments and some of the questions that are in there, and feel free to respond to whatever you feel comfortable afterwards.
My message is just to, yeah, if all we can do is support one person, even if it's one person on LinkedIn, we've done something big. Because if we have time, go through our messages, say happy birthday. They might be the only message somebody gets, because there have been times when my own parents forgot my birthday. So if you take the time to think about one person that you can check up on every day and send a message, that might be enough to keep people hanging in there, and to keep somebody to say, somebody does care. I can go on. It's going to be all right. Somebody does care about me. So if you don't have anything else to do today, just pick one person and send them your love and a message. That's my advice.
Now, do you see why I love her so much? Because she's saying, oh, just pick one person. She picks like 79,000 people a day to check up on, to repost, to comment, to like, just so you know you're not alone. I mean, she is out doing that all the time. But guys, if you don't have time for everybody because maybe you're hurting inside, maybe you just don't have the energy at the end of the day, find that one person. Maybe reach out to Kristi and remind her how awesome she is, so she doesn't ever slide back and feel like, wow, I could be doing some other stuff. Now, I think there's some business in this. Now, Kristi has been to some of these work-life balance and some of the other summits that Dr. Tanya and Damien has done. And I'm like, why aren't you presenting? You have so many gifts. You have so much to share. You don't need these credentials behind your name yet, Kristi. You do have some credentials. They're just, you're like, oh, I'm not a presenter. Yeah, you could be a presenter, my dear. I also think there is some real great opportunities for you to be a little bit more of a hype woman that you are, and maybe have some ghostwriting that you're doing, or doing something where people are actually paying you for your services. So everybody out there, if you know somebody that could use a Kristi in their back pocket to help promote their business, their personal page, something like that, consider her. She doesn't have to have this big business page out there right now to do this. She's already doing it. And that's how you grow. Let her mentor you. If it's something you really want to grow your page. I remember when you had not even 1,000 followers, Kristi, and now you're so far up the chain. It's like, how does she even keep anybody straight? She's got so many people. Watch her, learn from her, and you're going to do just as great as she could do. Kristi, thank you for being here. I appreciate
Thank you.
you so much. I am
Thank you
so
for me.
so thankful our lives crossed paths. If it wasn't for LinkedIn, we would have never met each other. And then, of course, we got to throw Damien into the mix. If he wouldn't have probably invited you to one of our Wishful Wednesdays or Finding Your Purpose, or connected us somehow, you may never have found my post. I may never have seen how much you were hyping people. And the fact that we've got to watch kind of each other grow and really realize that we're still the same people we were a year and a half or so ago, and that we're still here for each other, it just does my heart well. So thank you, my dear friend. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I
love you. Thank you.
I love you too. Bye. Wasn't she lovely? And in yellow, do you guys know how rough I would look? I mean, I look rough tonight because I've been sick. I didn't even do the hair. Sorry about this. I'm getting my hair done tomorrow, though. So next Monday, I'll look totally different. But yellow, oh, no, I would not look okay in yellow. But Kristi, she's vibrant. She just gives you that energy, no matter what color she's wearing, that she cares, that she values. And guys, if you didn't catch the beginning of her story, she's had it rough. Okay. Now, I'm never going to compare people and say, oh, your upbringing was rougher than this person, or, oh, you've overcame more than this person, because it's not a competition. But guys, she has blossomed, and not only blossomed, but she has planted. She has planted resiliency. I've seen that word in the comment already. She has presented the strength that some of us crave, yet she says that's still what she's growing to do. So it's pretty amazing. Guys, there are so many of you guys in the comments, like giving Kristi love, being here for the first time, saying that you're happy, saying happy birthday to Mr. Kenny Dunner. I'm so excited for him. Mr. Gregory, guys, he was one of the guests not too long ago, and then he highlighted again for the you're so sweet to me. He was highlighted last week on our 2-month anniversary as well. Gregory's birthday is tomorrow, so you can all say happy birthday to him too. I'm so excited for that. Guys, Are you ready? I don't know one of you that don't know this man yet. Okay, maybe some of you don't because maybe you're busy on Friday nights. Maybe you haven't thought that the word Soul Man Live applied to you. Maybe you've just fallen asleep or something like that. But y'all, you ready for him? Mr. Aaron Gibson's in the house.
Good evening, milady. How are you?
Oh, I'm so much better seeing you and Kristi on stage with me. Oh my gosh, love it.
Kristi is phenomenal. I was just, sometimes I wish when I'm on production that I could record some of the backstage green room stuff just in the responses. And my heart just goes out to her. I can completely relate. And the fact that she just rises up to push it back out in the world is just amazing.
It is kind of like you. So, I want to jump into all the things, Aaron. I want to jump into all the Soul Man Live, but I will get myself distracted and not give you those 3 questions. The reason I do these 3 questions, and some people are probably like, oh, she asks the same questions each time. But guess what? It kind of not only relaxes the guest a little bit because they're thinking about different things than, oh, what should I talk about? But it gets our people that are listening that came to this show to learn about you, to see a different side than just the business side, to see a different side of just what you planned on talking about. So, Mr. Aaron Gibson, start out by telling us 2 things that you are proud of that you have accomplished.
First thing that I'm really proud of that I accomplished was making my son. Took 9 years to make him, and little did I know how much he would be a pinnacle pillar in my world to pull me out of some of the darkest times of my life, which leads into my second thing that I'm most proud of is that I'm still here. And there was many a close time that I wasn't. So those are the 2 things that I am most proud of. To keep it short and sweet. We can go into more detail though if you want.
Aaron, I've been a social worker for longer than some of the guests in the comments have probably been alive. I just got choked up. I don't know if you saw that. Kristi and you, I didn't even know you 2 had that in common. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I have lost way too many friends and a few distant family members to suicide. The last text one of my friends sent me was the word depress. And I'm like, what could he mean by that? And then I got a text from somebody the next day that he had passed away. And my life forever changed that way. Now, this was a gentleman that I had only known through virtual means up until about 2 weeks before he died. We had met in person once. It was really cool because he was coordinating a concert and he was from the other side of the state of Michigan. And he brought this concert over to us and we were able to meet in person. A whole bunch of my friends were there. It was just great. And then in a blink of an eye, he was literally gone. And it changed my life forever. I had already been a social worker. I had already hyped a lot of people and really tried to support people. But when it happens personally, it changes your whole trajectory. And I am so thankful to be in this circle with both you and Kristi in this time of your life. I will forever be available for either of you if those horrible demons, that's the only word I can use, come back into your worlds for anything. I will never be your therapist because I am your friend first, but I will be there for you. I will walk alongside you. I will connect with you, anybody you need, to make sure that you are not alone. So you promise me you're going to remember that forever?
Absolutely, and will honor it till the remainder of my days and beyond.
You got that. Oh, I love that. Okay, chills. Trying to get the chills out. Mr. Aaron Gibson, what are you still working on? Number 2, what are you still working on? How do you want to grow yourself?
Oh, you know what? This is when I was reading the questions earlier, I was like, I had a multitude of different things. And one, actually, that's, and it's strange coincidence. You just happen to pull up that one comment. The one thing that I am working on right now is actually as a result of Bubbles through at documentthenact.com, Melissa Houston Coaching and Consulting. And it is self-care. It is something that doing the show, like you said earlier, is some serious commitment and a lot of absorption of energy and making sure that, when it comes time to Friday, that everything runs smoothly and everybody has a good time. So she really helped me to start focusing on my self-care more. And the one thing that I want to bring up was that she's also helped to change that perspective back to a good familiar perspective for me. And it's something that we banter back and forth. And I can say this because she's my coach and she won't. I'm volunteering this information, but it's one thing that when I was growing up, I was in high school football, and there were certain coaches that I really related to, and when they chirped a little information in my ear, that I performed really well. And it has been kind of that environment for the last, when Melissa kind of did the same thing that she did with you, which is, I'm going to be your coach now, and God bless her for it. She literally swooped in at the most perfect time, coincidentally, and then literally changed my perspective of now it's like, no, I'm not the quarterback, I'm the fullback. And what I'm doing is in between plays, which is our day-to-day life and operations, I'm shooting over to that sideline. And so like, okay, what do you see that I don't? And having somebody to really help you bounce that idea off of and challenge you when you need to be challenged. So, again, I'm very blessed with the beautiful family that has come into my LinkedIn world, such as yourself and Melissa and Nicole, Leslie, so many Noni. I've seen them out in the comments. And of course, Kenny D with me since Voice Your Vibe time. And because you guys didn't do it, I'll do it real quick. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Papa Kenny. Happy birthday to you. So all these beautiful souls that come in and swoop in and really showed me family when I really didn't know what a real family was until I came here.
So I'm just going to tell you this. First of all, isn't he got a great voice? Aren't you so much happier that he sang instead of me? Because I know Kristi said she wasn't really a singer either, but y'all don't want this. So thank you for taking that one for us. Aaron Gibson is so inspiring, like seriously. When I first watched your Soul Man Live show, I can't remember if it was because of the guest you had on, or if maybe it was somebody like Kenny Dunner had sent me an invite or something for it, because I hadn't heard of you before the first night I watched your show. And I was just like, first of all, he's from Canada. How does he just like vibe so well? I'm like, how have I not heard of him? I should have heard about a Canadian talking about Soul Man and mental health and mental wellness. And I had not heard of you until my first show with you. And I just remember being transfixed. Holy crap, some man would put a show together to hype mental health, and I didn't even know about it. And it blew me away. And I wish I could even remember who that guest was. And then lo and behold, shoot back a couple more months, you had me as a guest and we bonded even more. And guys, if you have never watched Soul Man Live, well, first of all, you're missing out. Okay. Second of all, you are missing out so badly. Like it is, I mean, it kind of helps when you don't have like a lot of dates and a lot of fun stuff going on in your world, because I can hang out with you on Friday nights. It's almost like we're all together, like one big happy family.
Hashtag ditto.
For me, it is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday nights. He does a Soul Man Live show, and he just came back last Friday, and he should be on almost all Fridays until the fall, unless life happens and we need a break, right? Oh, you are just amazing. And I'm totally going to forget to ask you the third question because I just want to keep talking and talking. We got all excited with Kristi. These comments are amazing. Like, guys, I don't know if Kristi and Aaron realized just how impactful they were going to be. Like, seriously, the comments, guys. I mean, and the people that are listening or going to watch this on replay that are just not comfortable writing in the comments because it is still too personal for them, you are changing lives, guys. You're changing lives. So real quick, before I get too deep, if you could travel anywhere, because you travel literally out of your suitcase for work a couple times a week, it seems like. So lucky to catch you today before you're on another plane tomorrow. Sometimes you're doing your shows out of a hotel room and you're doing your videos. Where would you go just for Aaron to go and have fun? Whether you bring that beautiful son of yours, whether you're on your own, where would you go right now if there was nothing to slow you down?
So what I was really intrigued by this question because I was asked it before, and there was a couple of just vacation spots that I just spat out the last time. But this time I actually thought about it, and it would be a culmination of one trip, but it would be a across the USA road trip where I would literally be able to travel to each of the states and visit with all of my LinkedIn connections and YouTube connections and TikTok connections, and as well take Dylan to Disneyland because the boy is due. He is just well due.
I love that so much. Okay, when you go to Disneyland, because it will happen for you and Dylan, I'm going to give you the advice I wish I would have had when I was a parent and I took my kids there. Throw the agenda away and just enjoy the time there, because I was like, we got to get to the Mickey Mouse at this time. We got to get to this ride. We got to get to this ride. And I think I hustled my kids so fast from spot to spot. Number one, I was exhausted. Number two, I don't even know if I took time to enjoy the beauty and just the time together, because it's like, I got to make sure they experience all of that. I love that. And driving around the United States, just let me know, because I kind of do that. That's kind of my thing. I have been fortunate to be to all 50 states now. And during my travels, the last probably 3 years now, I guess it started about 2.5 to 3 years ago, I started making it intentional with meeting up with LinkedIn connections when I was places. And it just changes that vibe. I know I'm so jealous you and Melissa and Houston have gotten together multiple times now in person. We are actually, I think you heard on the show yesterday, and she probably told you behind the scenes anyways, even though we said we weren't going to tell anybody, that we are actually seeing each other in Arizona in August. So excited. I really thought the first time we would meet, I would go to Washington because I really want to see her area and I want to cruise up to Canada from there. So we're going to have to connect to do that. Have me come to Washington sometime when you're right by her there again, because I definitely want to see you guys together and just kind of crash you two. But anytime you get to the United States, if you're in the vicinity I can get to, you let me know, because I want to see you too. Okay. Now it's your turn. There
Big
are
Willie hugs awaiting. And hey, by the way, for those of you that happened to miss Emotional Women last night, they're also hosting a workshop, which we got to throw props out there. Got to get out there to the world.
Did I or did I not say when these two guests weren't on stage yet, they were both major hype people? I mean, here he could be shouting himself out right now, and he's talking about us being able to do workshops when we get down to Arizona. I love it so much. Thank you for being you. There are some amazing comments. There are already some questions coming in. I know a lot of people know you already, but look at this. What advice would you give someone who wants to do what you do?
Oh, I love that question, and it makes me really excited. One, start off simple and just train yourself through it. Know that there's going to be frustrations and learning different things, but if you're talking into the way that I grew into this and how quickly it kind of blew up for me, I started very small. I started off with I do little 5-minute videos. They would take about 3 hours to put together because I would do multiple takes. And then that would help to build my, again, speaking ability. It's still not any better. I still speak at bad English, but it's usually because of lack of water, and I'm working on that. I do have at least my water bottle ready and available.
That was perfect timing.
And color coordinated as well.
I love it.
Right? I've got the studio kind of ritzed up to the way I like it now, finally. Okay, what happened? Brain fart. Where were we?
We were talking about how you would get somebody to learn how to do your thing. You were saying at 5 minutes was taking 3 hours.
Yeah, so just small little bits. Practice. When it comes to videos, just try playing with your own phone and trying to cut and edit videos. And then there's a whole bunch of different apps now that you can get. That literally you can learn how to apply that music, and then you can start to learn your sequencing and timing, so that when person's saying certain thing on in the music, that you've got some relevant image to really boost that awareness of what's being said. So there's lots. So yeah, just try. Don't let anybody tell you different. Just try.
It's almost like you make it sound like anybody can do it, my friend. And to me, my brain is just like, I thought you just did it in one app, and now you're telling me this has to go when this go. But Aaron taught me something just before we went live today. I was telling Melissa yesterday, like, I feel like I'm learning one techie thing every week before the show. Because if you go to my YouTube page, guys, the first, 8 or 6 out of the 8 shows or something, my face is like this. It just froze. I didn't know there was a way you could actually put a thumbnail on there. I wondered how everybody else looked so perfect, and I did not. And Aaron was able to teach me how you just hit this one little click and boom, then your people can actually stream to your page, where I thought I was already doing that. And I thought I was cool because everybody that I've been on backstage with, it was just there. I thought it was magic. He let me know it wasn't. And when you hear somebody that talks like he does about, hey, you just put this words with this music and you have your own show and you do all this editing and this, you would think this is his full-time job, right, guys? Yeah, it's not. This is his side passion project. I mean, granted, you definitely want to hire him. He can pull out some amazing things and do some great coordination for you. Without a doubt, he has done it for some of my friends. He's offered to do it for the emotional women. But seriously, this is his side. Do you want to talk a little bit about your day job? Because I think it's cool as hell.
Yes, it is absolutely cool as hell. I am very blessed with an amazing team, and I work for a corporation, Ream Canada. It's a manufacturing company for HVAC equipment and plumbing equipment. So I get to travel literally from province to province and educate the contractors on how to properly install the equipment. So I'm generally up in front of a class of anywhere from 5 to, I think I had up to 50 people at one point, all learning about new equipment that's coming down the line, how to operate it, how to troubleshoot it, and make sure that, again, trying to teach some of these courses out there that we have to present. Technical gets as dry as safety, and I know my dear friend Sarah Power could relate to that. Say, if you don't have an engaging way to keep your audience attuned to what you're trying to present, you're going to lose them real fast. So yeah, literally my day it's almost like a traveling rock star, where I'm literally in one city and then into the next city the next day. But at the same time, when I'm doing all those travelings, that's where I get to actually take Soul Man out into the street and actually do one-on-ones with people, just engaging with strangers. And I've met so many cool connections now on and they coincidentally have been on LinkedIn, and we've connected, and just some amazing souls out there contributing back out into the world. So I love getting to that one-on-one position, because then the conversation can literally go anywhere with no time limit.
Oh, that's huge. So you did not start teaching people. You started doing all that hands-on. You worked your way up. And guys, I don't know about you, but living in Michigan, just like him being in Canada, we go through our HVAC. We want to have heat. We want to have it cool in the summertime because it can be such a drastic change. You don't want somebody just playing around with your furnace that doesn't know what they're doing, and they are not taking safety protocols, because your house could burn down with the wrong HVAC equipment and the wrong thing going. Could you imagine sitting there learning about your HVAC? Hey, this is new equipment, and having that voice of his being the one to tell you, and be like, oh, I could just listen to you all day. Tell me about that part again, Aaron.
Bless you. Bless you.
So they are lucky to have you. And I love that you're able to spread the wealth. So it's not just in your own town. It's not just in your own province, but you're going across the whole country of Canada. I don't know if they bring you down to America or not, because I know I've seen that sticker on HVAC places around here. So
yeah, we are down in the States. I was supposed to do some trainings down in the US, I believe in Arkansas and potentially North Carolina. However, just because of demand and all of that stuff right now, it's just been kind of shelved. So hopefully I'll make my way back down there. If not, I just without breaking laws, break off down to the border and drop off Tim Hortons and Tim Hortons donuts.
I love that. Yeah, someday I'm going to
stir some shit. Oh, yeah.
YouTube gods, we're talking nice. We're going back, right? But Aaron, seriously, with all due respect, my apologies to all you Canadians from us in the Americas right now. We are, for the first time in our lives, which we never thought we would be, we're at odds in the weirdest ways. Our country is struggling in ways I never expected. I know we have such a history of violence in America. We were not founded on warm and fuzzy ways or anything like that. And to think that we're almost turning full circle again, it is heartbreaking. I appreciate you and Gregory and so many people that have not thrown that out in comments, or you haven't tried to demean any of us, and you guys have the rights to do that right now, and thank you. Our border should not be borders. We should all be, again, those human people that just love each other, and if you don't really like them, it's okay, just don't disrespect them, and so I just wanted to make sure that you know that, because times are weird right now, and as both you and Kristi and even me shared, we don't know what's going on behind people's closed doors alone. We have our own personal ick that we carry with us all day long. And then when you look at your neighborhood or your city or your state or province in your country and see all the issues that are going on, it can be a really scary place. So you guys are not alone. Mr. Aaron Gibson always talks in his show about the 988 mental health safety awareness number for suicide prevention, or if you just are having a rough mental health day. There are so many great places to turn to, even if you're going to hear on the media there's not a ton of stuff, or they're cutting this funding, or they're cutting this. Guys, there's other people that care. There's other ways to support. So figure out what works for you. Attend his show. I cannot share enough, okay? He is not giving counseling advice. He is letting you know that your brain, no matter how sad or scary or frustrating or anxious it is, deserves to be relaxed and happy and healthy. He encourages you to turn to providers. But then he's also highlighting really bomb-ass people. Oh, gosh, I did it a third time, Aaron. Must be just that smile on your face. I'm just getting all relaxed and saying the naughty words. Sorry, guys.
I'm the best bad influence ever.
Oh, right. Must be all those bricks behind you. It makes me feel like I'm on the streets or something, right? Guys, seriously, find your mental health support where you can, whether it's watching Aaron dance, whether it's listening to his mental health montages that he does for people that come on his show, whether it's coming to me and talking about hyping mental wellness, whether you're watching other people that just have really powerful messages to remind you that you are not alone, you deserve so much better. And the tough times, guys, they're going to get better at some point. They're going to. You have to have hope in whatever way you can, because like Sharon just said, I just saw her as I was saying that you deserve to be heard, you deserve to be valued, and you deserve to be safe. And if we're not safe in our own brain, guys, how can we be safe when we walk out the door and when we're walking down the street and when we're doing so much else? And that safety might look different for Aaron than it does for me. It might look different for Kristi. It might look different for all of you guys in the comments. But guys, we're one. We're all humans. We are not here because we were meant to be a reptilian or a poultry type of critter or something like. Did I just really say poultry type critter on?
I love it.
You heard that, didn't you? We're here for a reason, and we're here to be together. And the things Melissa and I are doing with Emotional Woman, and I want to make sure that, I highlight this, because he said, what about the emotional men? Guess what? We use that word because we are women and we get called emotional way too much, and we knew it would get people to want to learn more. It is kind of like our gimmick, but guess what? We are not outing people. We're not saying, oh, if you're not a woman, you don't identify, you're out of here. No, guys, one of the beautiful things about what we do is we try to highlight that men, guess what? Every one of you men have the exact same emotional responses. You guys all have tear ducts just like us. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to say, hey, this doesn't feel okay, or this happened to me and it still hurts after all these years. We need to talk about things, and we need to surround ourselves with positive role models, positive mentors, positive support people, positive business coaches, a counselor, a family member, because guess what? Some of us are not born into the safest families. We don't live in the safest communities. We don't have great bosses or colleagues that are trying to hype us and elevate us up there. We have to figure out what works for us. Now, Aaron, I kind of feel like I need to fly where you are, and we could do a remote on the road and just go around and just talk mental health all day long, walking down the street, talking to people, because we get a lot of great people coming to our show that feel this and have seen you or I talk, and they've seen some other people like Kristi and Damien and Melissa all hyping and talking great stuff about mental wellness and taking care of you and overcoming adversity. But what about those people that don't have our YouTube channel? They don't have LinkedIn. They don't know that their voice could be heard. How can we get to them? So if any of you guys in the comments have people that haven't seen Aaron's show, they haven't seen my show, they might be struggling. Maybe they don't think they deserve to have their voice out there. Figure out how to connect them. Let them know they are just as important as we are. Doesn't matter if you got a show or a business, or if you're looking for a job, or where you are in the world. you are just as important. And if you have not gotten any of that from what Aaron's saying, you need to go back and watch this on replay because he's there for us. Aaron, I could keep talking because I just love it, but what do you want to leave tonight's show with? What are some of the things that you just wanted to make sure everybody knew about you or that you could share with anybody else?
All right. So first off, just want to let you know from the Canuck side of things, we're always going to have those individuals that are going to be quick to so-called drink the Kool-Aid. We hold a space of non-judgment. You are allowed to do what you want to do. But I wanted to let you know that there are a lot of Canadians up here that do not look at the U.S. citizens. We know who to be looking at right now. And we are very focused as a very large nation, are focused on that one individual. Absolutely. So again, our little discrepancies out in the world, we don't see. We are people to see the people, and we won't ever let a politician involve ourselves with that. Canada and the US has had an alliance for many, many moons, and we have banded together in not only from the First World War, or sorry, the First World War and Second World War. Like, we are always going to be their allies. I'm ex-military, and I tell you, U.S. soldier crosses that, there will be no arms. It's going to be a whole bunch of hugging and just happy that they're still alive, because that's the way our world works. So that's the first thing I want to say. Secondly, please make sure that if you haven't done so already, Emotional Women actually has a page that you've got to reach out and press follow, as well as check out Melissa Houston, Coffee Chats with Melissa Houston, Just Jax, obviously, make sure you're subscribed and followed there. And of course, shout out to my baby sister, Nicole, and Guy Galindo of Never in Control, Leslie Flowers of Mind Over Matter, and I'm having a brain fart all of a sudden. She fuels up my Friday morning every morning, so I call it Fuel Up Friday.
But then Grow Rich or Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich, yes. But it's for me, I've nicknamed it Fuel Up Friday because that's usually how I start my morning. I put her on and I enjoy Friday morning listening to our Queen of Verada. Again, get into some good insights and promote some good awareness in certain topics. And of course, just nothing but love to everybody that shows up here all the time to support us and make us what we really worked hard to bring to the table. That it's a 50-50 table. If we didn't have the people there to support us in these shows, then we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. So just thank you to everybody.
Oh, I love that so much. So did you hear how I said, hey, anything you want to promote and shout out, and you turned it right to us?
I'm a late night talk show host. I have a certain unique set of skills and abilities.
Book him. Check him out. I mean, he does his own videos, his own music. It's the coolest thing ever. So when you go to a show at 8 o'clock, you're going to be wanting to turn on before 8 o'clock. He actually starts about 15 minutes before. Well, it's my 8 o'clock. I know it's different for some of you guys. He will start, and he just has this montage of all kinds of musics. And even if you've had a stress night, even if you're trying to do the dishes, you're trying to deal with your kids, you're trying to get over the stress from the week, you start listening, and sometimes you'll be looking at this. How does he come up with that? And how does he morph his little face into these people and all these people? And he highlights this. Guys, you want to check it out. The music is amazing. The vibe is great. And then we start talking the deep stuff. And I try as much as I can to be in the comments for you because it fills my heart. And some of the guests that you have on there have never had that time to be on stage, and they haven't had their voices heard from a global platform. And just like tonight, guys, I can't even tell you how many different countries that are in the chat tonight. And I thank you for that. There's some of my newer friends. There's some people that I have not yet met really or connected with that are here tonight. They came for you and Kristi, and that speaks highly. I mean, it is something that you guys deserve to be highlighted, not because of your credentials or your show or your business or anything like that, but because you are a human and you're human first. And I love that about you. And I love that about Kristi. And I can't thank you enough. So guys, if you haven't seen it, I've had it on the screen for a long time. Follow his YouTube channel. Like, follow him on LinkedIn, follow his YouTube channel. You don't want to miss this, because not only are you going to feel better about yourself, you're going to learn some great people, but you're also going to be inspired, because like Eva asked earlier, how do you give somebody else ideas on how to do what you do? Guess what? We don't know what we don't know until we watch somebody and we're like, if Aaron can do that, maybe I can try something like that. And it opens different doors to you guys. And I really, really hope you guys understand the value of you guys coming to stage, sharing this. Those of you that are in the comments, those of you that are going to watch the replay, the value you have just learning about other humans, huge, amazing. Erin, I'm going to encourage you to go and put the link to your next Soul Man Live in this chat, even if you haven't posted it yet. I think I already said I'm attending, so I think you already posted it. If you'll put that in the chat. Oh, you
June
haven't?
27th.
Oh, I think that was one of your reels or your little teasers things that I was
more than likely. Yeah.
And I saw something on YouTube today. I'm like, I gotta like that because that's awesome. So yes, make sure that you put it back in here because everybody that's in here should be able to get alerted. They deserve to see you, and make sure that they have instant access to getting to your show because you deserve to have new followers as well. So thank you, my friend. So much love across the border. Fly safe tomorrow. Go teach those people how to be great people because we want them being great in the homes and businesses they're going to take care of up there. I will see you on your stage I'll be in the comments while you're on stage on Friday. Thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for being here. Make sure to go back and read all those wonderful comments that they gave you. I'll see you later, my friend. Take care.
Thank
you for singing, by the way, too.
Right. Bye.
Guys, I mean, seriously, how great. I mean, how great. It's not a competition, guys. It's definitely not a competition. Every single guest that has been on here, amazing. Every guest has their own unique story. I was supposed to have a different guest on here with Kristi. Avery, my dear friend from Philadelphia, he had a conflict, so he has to reschedule for, I think he's going to be in August. It's a ways away. He was going to be paired on with Kristi, and I think they would have been amazing, and they would have vibed together so well. And Aaron, like true fashion, I'm like, I got a cancellation. Are you going to be in town? And he jumped right to it, which was amazing. And I didn't know they were going to pair quite as well as they did. I mean, I knew they were amazing, wonderful humans that I love to death, but wow, guys, I'm a little bit in my feels right now. Lots of emotions that happen for me while I'm hearing that, while I'm watching your guys' comments. I just want to thank you guys so much for being here, for experiencing this. If you came in late, definitely go back. You want to hear about Kristi. You want to learn the beginning of Aaron. You want to follow these humans and you want to learn about them. And oh gosh, they're amazing. And next week, it's not going to disappoint either. It is going to be Dr. Tanya Farron. She is part of the founding board with Damien for the 2350 Network. She does the different summits. She is an educator. She is an amazing round human. I can't wait to highlight her. She's doing a lot of stuff with parenting and doing some education things that you deserve to learn about. And then my next guest next week is Mr. Jeffrey Van Dyke. We're co-authors in one of Nick's books. Jeff right here. He's one of my in-person people, guys. Jeff and I go way back, so you want to hear from him. It's going to be another great show, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for supporting this. Thank you for caring about other humans and wanting to be part of the talk. Even when it gets kind of tough talk, it's important to be here. So whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on LinkedIn, whether you're on replay, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for caring about these humans that I bring to stage. If you're interested in being a guest, watch the next slide because it's going to tell you all the different ways that you can do this. You don't have to have a fancy title. You don't have to run a business. You don't have to have ever been on a show before. I can walk you through it all, but we want to hear from you as well. I will see you next Monday all over again, same time, same place, YouTube or LinkedIn. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for me in whatever time zone you're in. Please join us. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, guys.